Hello, my name is Amy Smith, and I'm the Senior Director of Certifications and Advocacy at the American Nutrition Association. And today I'm going to share with you the CNS pathway for students at Parker University. So today we're going to cover an overview of the American Nutrition Association. We're going to talk about the benefits of the CNS, and then we're going to talk about the CNS pathway. At the ANA, we believe in the power of nutrition. So we believe that nutrition is a science, nutrition is medicine, it is an ecosystem, it is healthcare, it is very personal, and most importantly, nutrition is for everyone. The ANA is actually made up of three organizations. So the American Nutrition Association is the membership organization. We have a certifying arm, which is the Board for Certification of Nutrition Specialists. And we have an accreditation arm, which is the Accreditation Council for Nutrition Professional Education. At the ANA, we focus on four pillars. First, we focus on education. So we do this through our continuing education content membership and several trainings that the ANA has developed, including ketogenic training and nutrigenomics. Second, we focus on certifying. So we have our flagship gold standard certification, the Certified Nutrition Specialist, which we're going to speak about today. But we also offer a Certified Ketogenic Nutrition Specialist certification, a Certified Nutrigenomics Specialist certification, and a Certified Personalized Nutrition Practitioner certification. Third, we focus on advocacy. It is our belief that all nutrition professionals should be able to practice to their level of training and expertise within their scope of practice. And finally, we work on connection. We have a program called CNS Connect, which was developed for CNSs when they're working to start their businesses. We offer candidate support like this webinar. We offer our content membership, and we also do networking and regional events throughout the year. As I mentioned, we offer a content membership. This is focused on continuing education, but we do offer student pricing. It does have over 120 webinars that are created by CNSs in the field, focusing on a plethora of topics. We offer 3 to 5 new webinars per month, which are available for CEs once you become a CNS. We offer clinical reference sheets and other handouts, and member-only pricing on our trainings, as well as access to the Journal of the American Nutrition Association. So let's talk about the CNS. The CNS is a certification. It signifies that an individual possesses the knowledge and skills required to perform a certain set of competencies, in this case, personalized nutrition. It sets the standard for a given discipline. So again, in this case, personalized nutrition and medical nutrition therapy. It focuses on the 3 E's, which are education, experience, and examination. The CNS is accredited by the National Commission for Certifying Agencies, or NCCA, which evaluates a credentialing program against defined standards and accredits programs that meet those standards. The benefits of having this accreditation is credibility with regulatory bodies, both the state and federal, professionals, public, insurers, and other stakeholders. It is a trusted third-party verification. It demonstrates that we have psychometric validity to our examination, and it supports our certificates in the profession with state licensure issues or laws. So there's several career paths that you can take as a CNS. We see a lot of CNSs go into private practice. And when I first became a CNS, this was kind of the path that most CNSs were taking. But we've really seen this evolve over the last 5 to 10 years. You can also work in integrative or functional clinics as part of a team within those clinics. We're seeing a lot of CNSs that are going into writing, blogging, and podcasting. That does include ghostwriting for large magazines and blogging platforms. We're seeing a lot of CNSs going into teaching at the academia or research levels. And then there's always opportunity to join licensing boards and other nonprofits. There's room within research, especially at supplement companies. We're seeing a lot of CNSs that are focusing on community nutrition, culinary programs, and group programs, in addition to one-on-one practice. The CNS pathway is based on 3 E's: education, exam, and experience. So we're going to go into detail on all of these, but for the education piece, you do have to have a master's degree or higher in nutrition. There are certain coursework requirements that you must meet. You must take a board exams. We offer this twice a year, usually in June and December. It is 200 multiple choice questions, and you have 4 hours to take the exam. It is taken at a test center. And then we have the experience piece. So you must have 1,000 hours of supervised practice experience, and that must be done with a BCNS approved supervisor. So let's break each of these things down. So first, education. So as I mentioned, you have to have a master's degree of science, master's of science or doctoral degree in the field of nutrition or a related field. This could include biochemistry, dietetics, public health, and it must come from a United States regionally or institutionally accredited college, or you can have a doctoral degree in the field of clinical healthcare, again, from an accredited university. Coursework requirements, you must have 36 semester credit hours of relevant coursework to provide the foundational knowledge for the development of core competencies that are required to practice personalized nutrition and are indicated on the CNS exam content outline. So these courses are from Parker University, so you'll know that, this is how you fulfill the coursework requirements through the courses that you're taking. So we require 12 credits of graduate level nutrition. So functional nutrition 1 and 2, nutrition across the lifespan, and nutrition and performance all fit into this category. Second, we require 6 credits of biochemistry. This can be at the graduate or undergraduate level. At Parker, that you can take biochemistry 1, nutrients and functional foods, and also biochemistry is a prerequisite for the program. So you should have no issue meeting all the requirements for this category. We require 3 credits of anatomy and physiology. So this is also a prerequisite for your program, but Parker also offers anatomy and physiology 1, which is worth 3 credits. We require 12 credits of clinical and life sciences. So this can be your prerequisites of biology and chemistry, any extra nutrition courses that you've taken, and any electives. And finally, the last category is behavioral science. This can be graduate or undergraduate. And there is could include prior coursework, which would be an intro to psychology or an intro to sociology. And then psychology of eating also fits into this category. So you can take the examination anytime after you graduate with your degree and you have all of the coursework completed. To apply, you'll fill out a coursework form. You'll submit your official transcripts from any school that is included on the coursework form. Those will have to come directly from the school. We do require 2 letters of recommendation, again, directly from the writer to the BCNS, and a resume that you'll upload to your candidate portal. The application fee is $150. You pay that in the portal when you apply. Once approved, there's a $400 examination fee, which you pay in the portal, and then you'll pay $83 to the test center for registration. That's going directly to the test center. So let's talk about the third E, experience. So our supervised practice experience is 1,000 hours. It's broken down into 3 categories, which we're going to go into detail. But category A is assessment and interpretation. Category B is personalized nutrition, intervention, education, counseling, and ongoing care. And category C is monitoring and evaluation. Time with your supervisor also counts as part of those 1,000 hours. And all of your remaining hours can be split up between the categories. So there's a 200 minimum in each category. The rest of the hours can be split between the 3 categories. And you must use our provided SPE candidate report to track your hours. The goals of this experience are to address the SPE competencies. It's meant to be flexible to meet career goals and also, of course, to meet state licensing statutes and regulations. You can start your hours once you've been matriculated or started your degree program. We do suggest that you've completed the majority of your basic nutrition courses before you start working with clients, but you can start getting your observational or indirect hours in the beginning of your degree program if you choose to. And you have to complete your hours within 5 years of passing the exam. You can use multiple venues and supervisors to get your supervised practice experience. So there's 2 different types of hours. First, we have direct experience, and you must have at least 750 hours of direct experience. And this is going to happen once the candidate gains more experience and more of the hours are spent directly with clients or groups or in preparation for client work. So this direct experience is going to be the time you spend directly with clients. It's going to include counseling individuals or groups and any of the activities that are related to those counseling of individuals and groups. So this is going to include your chart notes, your treatment plans, the research that you're doing directly related to the treatment plan, and the communication that you're having with the client or their healthcare team. It also includes participating in community education, which includes the development and delivery of education to a specific population, and supervisor-led grand rounds or one-on-one meetings covering active client cases. Next, we have indirect experience or observational. You can have a maximum of 250 hours in this category. And this is a planned learning situation that is not direct client care. So it doesn't require actual intervention by the candidate. And it could include things like listening to videos of client and practitioner interactions and discussing findings with the supervisor, shadowing a clinician in an active clinic, participating in supervised role-playing or simulation exercises, and utilizing case studies to make treatment plans and handouts, which are then reviewed by our supervisor. Again, indirect experience is not required, especially for those folks who have maybe already worked clinically or have already worked with clients in the past. So you can get all of your hours as direct hours if you choose to. If you're new to clinical work, indirect experience is a really great place to get started. So what doesn't count for hours? So the following things do not count as SPE. Research that is not related to a client, writing books, articles, blogs, etc., teaching classes and academic programs, developing condition-based training programs and treatment protocols that are not related to your clients, presenting educational lectures, videos, and webinars for mass audience. So I always get the question, what does mass audience mean? So we're looking at things like YouTube videos, Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, where you're not actually communicating or building a relationship with that client. It is to mass audience. You're not directly answering questions or talking to the folks that are listening. But you can, do webinars for hours as long as they're not for mass audience. So you're meeting with those clients, you're doing a live webinar, you're offering them handouts and doing Q&A. So you're connecting with the clients. And then finally, watching just educational lectures and videos for the sake of watching them does not count. So while research is great for studying for the exam, research for the sake of researching does not count for hours. Excuse me. So for the 3 types of hours, we have category A. Think about A as assessment. So this is going to be your initial assessment of the clients. So it's going to include looking over their labs, looking over their lifestyle behavior and symptoms, looking at their intake paperwork, looking at their personal and family history, and having that initial appointment with them. Category B is intervention, education, counseling, and ongoing care. So think about this as the things that you do in between the sessions. So you're creating a treatment plan for them. Perhaps you're creating handouts, you're creating client education, you're developing their medical nutrition therapy interventions, and you're creating the plan that you're going to share with them in your follow-up. Category B also includes education. So if you're doing any kind of community work, this would also be category B. And then finally, category C, which is nutrition monitoring and evaluation. So think about this as your follow-up. So you're meeting with the client as a follow-up, you're evaluating the plan together, maybe you're having to adjust things based on their feedback. So this is the follow-up activities that you're doing after that initial consultation. I always get the question, what if somebody brings me new labs? Is that category C or category A? And really, it can be either one. You can use them in whichever category you need hours in. Anytime that you're assessing something, it can be category A. But if you're doing it in a follow-up, it could be category C. A lot of folks have a harder time getting hours in category C. So if you need those hours in category C, please feel free to use those kind of follow-up labs in that category. So there's several ways you can find a supervisor. We have lists available at the BCNS, and there's an email at the end of this presentation that you can reach out to us. You can also look in your work setting. So if you're already working in a clinic, it might be a great place to find a supervisor, checking out, doing networking events, mentor programs. But it is essential to make sure that your supervisor is approved before beginning the supervised practice experience. So if you go with someone that is not on our list of pre-approved supervisors, you will need to go through the approval process. The details for that are online. They can be a registered dietitian, but they must have a master's degree. They can be a naturopathic doctor or an MD, but they are required to have 75 hours of nutrition-based continuing education within the last 5 years. So there are stipulations for being approved, but just make sure that your supervisor is definitely approved before you start working together and start tracking hours. The supervision can be done in a clinical setting, it can be done in a community setting, institutional or home health care. There are internships and residencies and clinical rotations that are available, or you can do any combination of the above. Again, you can start your hours once you're matriculated into your degree program. So that means once you're enrolled in your degree program, that includes after graduation. You absolutely can wait until after graduation to start your hours. If you don't have any clinical experience, it's best to start with those indirect hours. And if you're still in the degree program, you want to continue to your direct hours after you've completed those foundational courses. Performance on the exam seems to be better with SPE hours either partially or completely done. So we do see folks do better on the exam after they've done some of those hours. The exam is a clinical based exam, so having that practice is going to help you do better on the exam overall. There are a few documents that you'll need to be aware of. So the supervisor, if they're not already approved, will need to apply. Once you've completed your work with them, they'll submit a supervisor's report. All candidates will need to track their hours on the SPE report, and there are a couple of tutorials available online that you can watch to help you complete those. All of this is available on our website under our resources and forums tab. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to certifications@nutritionspecialist.org, and we're happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much.